So is that a 22-foot line you're about to put on, or 12?
I'm not sure. I think it's better. Yeah, I think it's probably 22.
I have a 12 right here. We're not going to need that much room.
I could move. No. I don't know about this bench holding everybody. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Cowboy. So what is his story?
I don't know if you want to do this. You can sit.
Okay. 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 And I did notice that he is a little disconnected when he gets distracted. So you're kind of flying a kite a little bit with him. Yeah, that was on there earlier. Okay, so let's get him, what we're going to do with him, because he's got different energy, is we're going to give him some rhythmic stuff. So we did a little of the steady pressure stuff with Thunder. So we'll do rhythmic stuff with him, so that you guys can get kind of a basis of all of it. We can even move further up this way if you want. So we're going to first teach him not to go forward. So that's going to be the backup. We have to teach all the horses the backup that's just necessary for the communication of don't go forward. So you're going to stand in front of him, drop everything on the ground except for the popper, the leather piece. You're going to wiggle your finger at his nose, and that's the best deal you could give him. If he backs up, you don't have to do any more. He's asking you a question. Anytime he puts both their ears forward at you, he's asking you a question. So then you're going to wiggle it so it wiggles on the ground in front of you. Now you're going to wiggle it to where it wiggles on the ground in front of him. Now you're going to make the snap move. Now you're going to actually make your whole arm. Now stop. Now we're going to wait, because we want to see if he'll lick and chew for us, because that should have meant something to him. And usually if something makes sense to a horse, they'll start licking and chewing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ask him with just the finger again. In front of you, do it like in counts of 3. In front of him, snap, stop. Good boy. So, finger first. In front of you. In front of him. Stop. Good. Good boy. I like how he gives you the extra step. Okay, so we're going to go, that should be enough to teach him about get out of your personal space, or get out of, like if you ask him to come to you. So we're going to ask him to come to you. Now, wait. I actually had to do this. When I say go is when I'm done explaining it. So you're going to ask him to come to you, and you're going to have your hands open, and you're just going to kind of comb the rope. You're going to smile at him, let him know that it's an invite, because this means get back. This is please come to me. Nope. The only time you're going to pull it is if he holds and you've now got all the rope in your hands and you have a tension on his line. Now you're going to actually take just a steady squeeze, but you're not going to pull him. Okay, hold on. When he gets close enough to you, so I'm going to say this is a good personal space, especially with a big guy. So when he gets that line, you're going to stand up straight, like that's far enough. Right? And you're going to have that kind of command to your body. So first you're going to be like, come here. And then you're going to be, that's far enough. Yep. Go ahead and ask him to back completely away from you now. Mm-hmm. Stop. One more. Stop. One more. Stop. One more. Don't you keep moving closer. We want him away from you. Stop. Good. I have this foot join that other foot. Good. Up. That was fly related. Good. So you want to be careful. I'm glad that you're finding humor in it, because that's what I want everybody to do, is find humor in when the horses don't understand something, because it's better for them when you're smiling. But in this particular case, when you're asking him to back up, you want it to be like, get out of my space way. So if you smile, you can confuse him and he might come right back to you. Okay, good boy. He is. Okay. Now you're going to invite him back to you, kind of pick that distance, and then when there he's already yawning. Bring him close enough, stand up straight. It's very commanding. That's far enough. Okay, and then if he doesn't stop to your body language, you're going to quickly wiggle, and that'll tell him that's far enough with the communication that he needs. Don't worry about him being distracted. Just keep asking. Yep. Have it kind of a bent over invite. Yep. It's far enough. So your body didn't change at all. Okay? Either way, you didn't invite and you didn't say that's far enough. So the invite is this, that's far enough. Okay? They have to be able to read you. If your body just kind of stays like this and you're thinking what you want him to do, he can't read your mind. So ask him to back up. So isn't that interesting how busy his mind really is? That's how much we've already got into his head is why he's yawning. He won't stop yawning this whole session now. Go ahead and ask him to back up one more. I look for the yawn because then I know I got in there. Yep, good, stop. Good. Now, politely invite him back to you. Yep. Like, hey, come on, buddy. Yep. Yep. And gradually take up the slack of the line. Yep. And now just keep combing the line, but you can now wrap your fingers on it. Yep. 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 As he starts to come, release back to open hands. Okay, invite him one more step. Stand up. Wiggle. Wiggle. Good. So the stand up has to be the first cue, but very quickly behind that has to be the correction of, but you came too far. Okay? So go ahead and ask him to back out again. Good boy. Good boy. Go up and pet him for that. He's very attentive. He's asking you a lot of questions, so you want to always nurture the questions. Good. Ask him to back up again. Good. Yep. Good boy. Now you never have to get harder than that. So for a wiggle, you won't need it. Yep. Go ahead and ask him to back up again. Don't worry about him not paying attention. If you're the lead horse, he knows what you're doing. Yep. Now you stay where you are and ask him to back one full body step back. We want him to be a little bit further away from you so he actually understands the comeback. Good? Good. Good boy. Now, stand neutral. Neutral matters. Now invite him to come back to you. Yep. When you're ready, you stand up straight, wiggle. When you've stood up straight, that should mean something to him. So you want to correct all those extra steps, put him back those extra 2 steps now. Good. So now in a case like that, I'm just going to come visit with him for a second. In a case like that, you're going to, if he takes the extra steps, we have to make it, the wrong answer has to be uncomfortable. He didn't read your body. So then you're going to say, hey, I said, but don't. Okay, so then we're not going to go back to that polite, would you please back up? Okay, we want him to understand that the wrong answer has to be uncomfortable. So go ahead and ask him to back up away. When he gets to where you've decided, so when I'm going to make this just for me so I know when you should have decided. When you stand up, if he comes past that line, you need to do something about that. You need to make that uncomfortable for him. But your body has to tell him first. Mm-hmm. You don't go any closer to him. You back him away. Good? Keep asking if you get more steps. Yep. So you only have to do the finger, maybe a little bit of wiggle. And then if he goes back, then you never take it higher or you try to go lower. Now you have to go higher. Yep. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Yep. Try to go lighter. So there, you're going to oscillate between loud and quiet. So I always consider them like volume. So volume 2, you hope he responds to a volume 2. But if you have to get to 10, you have to get to 10. But it's kind of like being in the car and you're blasting the stereo. You don't want to leave it blasted. You want to be able to put it back to a comfortable level. So you want to make sure that if you have to blast it, you can bring it back down to a comfortable level for him. Okay, ask him to take that one step back because he's creeping based on the flies. Good. Oh, I cheated. It's fly related.
You want some fly spray?
I already sprayed him.
Did you? Oh, okay.
I have it's called Zero Bite. It's awesome.
Really?
Yep.
Is it a spray or is it a?
It's a spray. I
Okay.
buy it in a gallon jug, and I'll even give you guys I don't know if they ship to Canada, but if they do, the website, I don't think they actually realize that they have a product that is for horses,
Oh.
because it's not horse priced.
Perfect.
That's funny.
Okay, it is for horses though. Like you could buy it at a regular horse place. It's just this particular farm and garden place might not realize it.
Okay.
Okay, ask him to come back to that line.
0.
Your body language says, please come back, come join me. Yep, yep, yep. As he comes, you're just going to be neutral. Yep, one more step. Yep. So you have to have a place in mind. Good. Stand up straight.
Yeah.
Good. So he actually stopped all on his own. So I'm just going to do one thing with him real quick, because I want him to understand that you meant to tell him to stop, not that he stopped on his own. I'm not done telling you. Did you hear me stop? No, you didn't. Good. So now I go into neutral. This means nothing. I can stand and talk to you. He shouldn't move again. Okay. Now I'm going to invite. I'm going to say that's far enough. Tell him to back away again. So that's something you absolutely have to work on with him because of personal space issues. Okay, so now we've kind of got the backup under control. So we're going to teach him all rhythmic yields. So a rhythmic yield, I pretend like I have a yoga ball. What I'm going to be looking for is the front legs to cross over. And what that turns into later is a turn signal. So if I was like walking along with him at Liberty and I wanted him to turn hard right, I could go like this at his nose and he's going to turn hard right. Okay, but we have to teach it. So what I do is I pretend like I have a yoga ball in my hands, and I'm imagining I'm bouncing it between his cheek and his shoulder, but I start out here. Okay, so I ask him to move his feet. Say, I suggest you move. Once I get here, I don't turn it into a push. I don't get any harder about it. I get as tall as he gets, and I wait. So I'm not doing anything harder, and I'm not pushing. When he crosses his feet over, I leave him alone. Okay? He's going to lick and chew from that. So go ahead and pretend like you have a yoga ball. And the idea is, it's like if I want to go over to those trees and you're in my way, I suggest you get out of my way, right? I'm going to run you over. So that's the idea. Just like with two horses eating a flake of hay side by side, and this one says, I want your hay, you're going to say, I suggest you move. And that horse will move. So it's kind of the same concept. You can drop the rope. You can carry it with you, put it over your elbow, however you want. It's whatever you want to. And you can start a little bit closer. So yeah, you can start like right here. Oh boy, he's like, oh, I'm supposed to yield. Forward doesn't count. So actually keep the rope and keep a feel on his nose, because forward doesn't count. So now you have a communication that says, but don't go forward. Okay? So if he goes to go forward, you're just going to wiggle and say, but don't go forward. That's not what I'm talking about. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Don't turn into a push. You're pushing. There, stop. Okay, do another one. Don't worry about him not paying attention. Yep. Don't turn it into a push. Good, stop. It's okay if he leaves. He doesn't know the answer is not to leave. Okay, do another one. Yep. 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 And keep going. Keep going. It's okay. Keep going. Keep going. Go with him. Good. Good. Scratch him. So now, when I go in front of a horse, because I expect a horse always to move with me, you can put your hand on his nose to say, but don't follow me. And then you're going to cross across the front of him. And you're going to do the other side. Same exact thing. Horses don't transfer information from one side to the other, so it's going to be like he's never seen it before. Even though he was getting it on this side, he may not get it on the other side right away. No, we're going to do this side. Oh, okay. This side. Yep. You're going to look like a totally new person to him on that side. So he's not going to do it right away, but that's okay. Don't turn it into a push. You're pushing. Yep, get as tall as he gets so one hand can go up. Yep, yep, yep. So that's opposition reflex. He doesn't know how to yield to pressure. He's pushing against pressure. Yep, yep. There's going to be a time where we're going to want him to push against pressure, but this is not that time. Yep, yep. Turn it into a push. Wiggle. Yep. Don't turn it into a push. So it's like this. Yep. There you go. Stay with it. Stay with it. Don't let him come back now. Now you can harder on the cheek because but don't turn it into a push. You push. Keep going. Good. Stop. And always, I'm glad you let that drift. Always let the line drift. Never catch them and say, go, don't go. Okay? Good. Now he's licking and chewing. Do another one. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. He's going to get it. Keep going. Oh, he came at you, so yep, keep going. And keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. We'll count that because the mounting block's going to get in your way. Okay, bring him away from there. So he wants to be a pedestal pony. Okay, so now we're going to do one more. So, yep, from the main side. Yep. So, when you work on this stuff by yourself, always plan on getting three. 3 successful, not 3, 2, the third one wasn't so good, that's good enough. We want it to be 3 good ones. So if, say, you screw up on the third one, or he screws up on I always say it's the human that screws up. If you screw up on the third one, you got to start over back to 1. Get 3 again. Okay, go ahead. Stay with him as he backs up. Don't turn it into a push. Don't turn it into a push. That's why he pushes back. Good. Yep. Stay with him. Stay with him. He's going to have to deal with the mounting block because he brought himself there. Yep, yep. Go with him. Turn it into a push. We'll give him that. So let me help him on this side, just so it can be a little clearer to him, because you're adding a push to it, which makes it a little confusing for him, and that he's giving you a push back. Far enough, far enough, far enough. We already did that part. You want to get that? You can get it. No? You go if you fly away? Okay. Boy. So, fairness out here. I know, that was tough. Ready? Yep, yep, there you go. You got it. Oh, yep. Don't make me come in. Yep, you got it. Nope, 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 nope. Don't change your mind. Good. I know, that was hard. Ready? Good. Wait. Back. Back. Good. I know. You want to use your head. I know. Ready? Stop. Yep. There you go. Yep. Cross under or in front is fine. So I don't care if you go. Come here. You're okay. Wait. Far enough. What I want to do is I want to get him out of the fight part of it, because he wants to fight. He's not totally understanding. That's why I'm not having you still do it for a second. not learning what happens first, is all that's happening. So I'm going to allow that forward step because I wanted the message to get to his feet. Good. So this is clearly his hard side. If you have any troubles with him, you're going to have him on this side. You're a tall guy. How tall is my horse? Depends on how scary he is. So I'm going to give him a second to digest that. I know. That's tough stuff, huh? Don't make me have to touch. That's the idea, is you don't make me have to touch you. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Good. There you go. You got it. You got it. You thought right. Yep. Yeah. Okay, wait. It doesn't have to be that hard. I know. No. See, I call this a horn. This muscle, that bone right there, they like to use as a horn. Stop. Stop. Yep. You're right. You're right. There you go. I know. Amazing. That's all it was. Ready? Yep, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Here. Good. Wait. Good. Yep, you got it now. You got it now. There you go. Be a star. You have it now. There you go. Yep. There you go. You got it. There you go. So it's a little forward, but it took him a long time to get the message to his feet. So I'm going to allow the forward just to help him get the message to his feet. Let me do one more, and I'm going to have you do it. I didn't want him, because you're learning it, I didn't want him to get confused and get offended and not have clarity for what we were asking for. So that's why I took him from you, not because I was trying to tell you you can't do it. It's good. Good. So now I'm just going to ask for kind of a more deliberate step because he knows it now. Yep, you got it. Good. Let me touch you. Yep, you got it. There you go. So we'll fix the forward. I'm going to have you get some of the, can you follow that? Can you follow that? Good boy. Okay, so I'm going to have you do a couple of them. And make sure you give him the best deal, which is, kind of out so he can see you coming. Now, he has no response to what happens first, which is what we're trying to get through to him, is that it could be so nice if you just moved because I did this. But he's not quite getting it on this side. So I don't know if you noticed he's harder on this side for you. Okay. So now he's starting to protect that side. That's okay. So what would you do, before you keep going, what would you do to help him understand that there's nothing bad happening here and that you should be allowed on that side of him? Go in there and pet him and then walk away. So you don't go in there with a purpose. Go in there, pet him with a purpose, and then walk away. Yep. Good. So now even get his feet unstuck, so that way you were saying, yes, I was just coming to pet, don't assume. So bring him forward so that we get his feet unstuck. Okay, and now go in, pet him, and then ask him. Yep, and now ask him. There he goes. Good. Now ask again quickly so that we can get that second foot going. Yep. Yep. And as you feel him start to lean, you're going to not change anything other than maybe tap a little bit lighter so that way he knows he's on the right answer, right? Okay. Good. Wiggle so he doesn't go any further. Good. In fact, go ahead and ask that foot to get back because we'll help him. Ask that white foot to get back. Okay, now we set him up. Oh, yeah. So we'll ask that white foot to get behind again. We're going to set him up so he can do a nice crossover so we can quit on the crossover. Good. Leave him there. Good. Now go in, and hopefully he doesn't back away from you. Good. And then ask him. Yep, stay with it. Good, good. He gave up. Oh, I was saying good that he changed his mind. You actually didn't get what you're looking for. Sorry. He changed his mind, but he changed pages, and he would have done it for you if you'd stayed with it. That's all. But you quit when I said good, which is my fault. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. And stop. Good. Let him walk if he needs to. Okay, so we're going to move off of that. That's going to be a challenge for you. Front end's hard to move on dominant horses. So you'll find that backup, even though his backup was nice, backups and front ends are hard to move on dominant horses. So at least he feels dominant towards you. He may not be dominant with buddies, but he's dominant towards people. Okay, so the hindquarters, do you ever, when you lunge him, do you ever want to bring him back in where you can leave him out on the circle?
Yeah, usually.
Okay, where you've done it on purpose, or he just does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you ask for it?
Leave down table.
Okay. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do a hind yield that's rhythmic to add to that. So what I do is I pretend like they have a butterfly on their tail, and I'm trying to see if I can see around their rump without getting in the kick zone. So I tilt my head. That's their cue. That's going to be if he's way out there and I tilt my head, he's going to yield his hind end away. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take his nose slightly towards you. You're going to hold about 12 inches of the popper line at the end of the... Right now you're going to stand at the shoulder. And you're going to take a feel on his nose, and you're going to hold about 12 inches hanging out of the popper. So like that. So that's your fan. And you're going to have that in the other hand. And then this hand's going to take a feel on his nose. Okay. Then you're going to look as if you're trying to see if there's a butterfly in his tail. And if he doesn't move to you tilting your head, which he might do if he's already kind of understands it, then you're just going to put your hand out. That is the beginning of your support. Then you're going to start swinging the rope way out here. Has nothing to do with anything yet. And then if for some reason he chooses still not to move, his hind end should be easy to yield. If he chooses not to move, then you're going to open your hand and allow that rope to just keep getting longer. You know what I'm saying? So as it's spinning, if you open it, it'll keep getting longer. Okay. And then eventually, if you have to, you'll tap him. He's going to be easy to teach the over, too. He just told us. Okay, go ahead and ask. You want the hind legs to completely cross over underneath. Mm-hmm. Just one crossover. That's good. But we're going to try for now a bigger effort on his part because he can do it. So you have to take a feel on his nose. It helps him make and stay in that position. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. He's like, oh, no, not you. Okay, so I'm going to take a feel on his nose. I'm going to look around at his tail. If he doesn't yield his hindquarters. I know. Yes. So it's like, I swear there's a butterfly in your tail, and as he moves away, you're going to keep trying to see it. Okay, so we'll do this side because he's less offended on this side, so we'll do this side. So first it's look, then it's support, then it's swing. Tip his nose. Okay, good. And quit. Good. Scratch him. Let him know that he did something that you asked for because he doesn't have a clue. He just was moving his feet. So we need him to get the message to his feet that that was on purpose by your command. Okay? So when he does it, you're going to stop and rub him. Okay, now he did it. He did it after you stopped. So you're looking for the actual move. Tip his nose, tip his nose, tip his nose. He still didn't do it. Still didn't do it, still didn't do it, still didn't do it. Still there. Okay, so try to go in there with just a head tilt first, then the support. And then make it kind of like where you gradually increase the intensity of it. Because if you come in there right away, he's too quick to get offended, right? He's like, he wants to have a fight. So there's no reason to create a fight for him. So go ahead and when you ask him, you're going to ask him as gently as you can. It's a suggestion. Then you're going to support your suggestion. Then you're going to make sure that the suggestion gets heard. Yep. Yep. Stop. Good. Scratch him. Good. So truly, the only thing that's actually going on with him is that he's never understood what's been asked of him.
Yeah.
So he's fighting everything because it's never had a definition. He's always been told do. Okay? And when they're told to do, they say, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to do back to you, and guess who's bigger? So that's why he does all this, trying to bump you with his head and get all in your space, and he got all puffy with me a couple times. Would it be valuable for you to have him put his head down when you ask him to put his head down?
He does.
He does? Okay, go ahead. Sit. Let me see. Good. Would it be valuable for you to have him do that when you're on his back? Okay. So since he likes to push on pressure, we're going to teach him how to push on pressure. Okay, so they yield from pressure, they push on pressure. Those are the only two things that they do. So now we're going to give him a reason to believe that he should push on it. How tall do you think you can be? Because what's going to happen is he's going to go really tall.
Okay. Try.
Okay, so if it doesn't go well, we'll see. I'll have you do it first.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take the line and you're going to put it up, basically like you're going to the snap or to the knot. Okay. Yep. And you're going to hold pressure on it. Now, let me show you here. I'm going to have you do the same thing. So hold this. Hold it tight. When I give to you, let go or release the pressure. Okay. So hold tight. There you go. Okay. That was close. Okay.
Yeah.
Has to be in that instant. Okay, there, that was perfect, that last one. Okay, so as soon as he goes, now if he goes like this, that doesn't count because that's what he's going to do. Or he's going to throw his head way up and he's going to see how tall he can be. As soon as he gives you the slightest fight down, because he's going to fight, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that fight this time because we want to actually channel his fight to be a good thing. Ask him to put his head down by putting your hand up like that. Now when you're in the saddle, say you're out on a trail ride and it's going really bad and he's really, now you've got him calmed down enough to where his feet aren't moving, but you need to help him come off adrenaline. They come off adrenaline in a bunch of ways, but one of the ways you can help him by being on his back is asking him to put his head down. So when you notice we're going to be doing it like this, now imagine you're in his saddle, you raise your rein, he's going to drop his head for you. Okay? So go ahead and raise it. He's going to lift it. You're going to pull up. Yep. Yep. They get very tall. Stay with him. Stay with him. As soon as he gives you any push down, that was almost it, yep. As soon as he gives you any push down, you're going to release. So he learns that the push down is what you're actually looking for. So if you need help, I'll help him. You had it. You just got to get that message there, and once you get that message there, you can work with it. But he has to get the message. Yeah, I think that's why I have tendonitis in my shoulder. So don't turn it into any kind of you're starting to oscillate with your hand. So let me take him because I just don't want you to, because then you're gonna turn it into that was nice of you. Then you're gonna turn it into an exchange, and then he's not gonna get the message the right way. So stop now. I see that you've offered them twice now. Stop. I know. So I'm just holding tight, okay? And then I'm gonna play his little game. As soon as he truly offers me a tip down, like that one, which came with a little bit of a push, but I'm going to give it to him because I have to get that message there. I'm going to give it to him coming at me. I'll get it to where he'll do it straight, but right now I'm going to give it to him coming at me because I have to get the downward thought. I know. It's fun using your brain, isn't it? Better than all the other stuff you use it for, huh? Yeah, it is. Here. It's tough. So I'm letting him do what my end goal is, even though I want to be able to actually tell him to do it from every position. I'm letting him show me he understands the end goal might be. I'm letting him find where that relief is. So I'm going to ask him, now watch, he should offer it down much more quickly. And I'm going to keep asking for more down from where he is. You like to add the teeth. You're thinking naughty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I know. No. There you go. There you go. There you go. Think. Now he's actually decided to think, which is really nice. It's the first time he's actually offered to think. He's got such fight in him. But what's cool about working with a horse like him is that when he finally realizes you were trying to tell him something, then they're so much quicker to listen. Because they're like, oh, wow, I didn't have to act all like that for no reason. If I just listened. We're totally out of camera, I know that for sure. Yeah, you just need a little second to think about that. Yeah. Now, with a horse like him, too, if you can find a really good reward scratch spot, especially when they struggle, because he's going to struggle pretty much everything you want to do until you can finally into his brain. He's going to want to have this little fight with you. So to say, look, there is something in it for you. Oh, I found a spot. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Wait. No. Yeah. See? Okay, something in it for you. No? No? So now I'm just going to correct the coming at me part. Good. See? So if he keeps it down, I'm not going to do anything about it. So I'm just going to correct that part. There you go. You don't need to fight so much, handsome. Find that when he does change, you're going to love the relationship you can have with him. Always got to be a fight first, though, huh? Yeah. Pet owners get out with me, and they don't think I'm being mean to force those adults. So I'm just asking for a little bit more, and I'm telling him, don't bring your teeth to me. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to do it. But let me tell him, see, we didn't need to fight. We didn't need to fight. When his head is already at midsection, you're going to ask very politely. It's a very suggestive feel, as opposed to, all right, do it for me. Yeah? Good? Good? Now walk him away and just give him a chance to digest that. He'll probably lick and chew. He might even yawn. You can turn him back to where he wants to look anyway. Okay. Ho? Yep, good. I'm glad you're particular, because gray areas are very hard for horses to understand. One of the best things my mother ever taught me is with dogs don't understand sometimes. Neither do horses. So if it's the rule to stop your feet, when I tell you to stop your feet, always stop your feet. And if you moved, you go back to where I told you to stop.
I kind of want him to kind of stop foot behind me so he wants his behind stop.
Okay.
And just the,
Yeah, I personally don't like horses that are kites being behind me. Something spooks him from behind and he doesn't respect you, he's running right over you. Okay, go ahead and ask him to put his head down now. And go in there very suggestive, not like he doesn't know it. You're going to do it like he knows it. Good. See if you can get his nose all the way at least to his fetlocks. And it's a goal, but it don't have to get there. Good. Okay. So I actually need other people to keep me timed because I'll go for with one horse. So if everybody feels like this is enough with this horse, just tell me.
I got out at 9:30 and it's only 10:13, so
Okay. So
hasn't quite been an hour yet.
okay. So make sure you yell at me because I'll just keep going. Okay. So you want to teach him. I'm almost thinking we'll teach him the mounting block, but I'm almost thinking we want to teach him a lot of out of our personal space stuff. So asking him to come into our personal space on purpose is almost detrimental to what we want him to understand. But if we can teach it to him to where he understands it's a cue and not just, because what happens with horses when they learn how to go sideways, it's almost like you told them that their bodies can do that. And horses become very proud of themselves. And what's cool about sideways or overing the tail is that when your horse is confused, like say you're asking him to do something totally new, like for example, say you already knew how to do the over, and then you asked him to do this head thing, right? What he would do to tell you, I don't know what you want from me, is he would find you. And the reason he would do that would be like, but I know you like this.
usually does the opposite right now. Like if I stand up and walk or then he
Yields away. Okay, so he needs to understand how to yield. Well, what I'm getting at is that what they'll do is they'll communicate to you, I don't understand, by doing something they know you like. Okay, so like in the future, like once we teach it to him, trust me, when he doesn't understand what you're asking him to do, he's going to hind yield over towards you. As long as he's not known to kick, we don't want to teach him to get himself in position. Okay, so first we're going to have him yield away from this side. Physical pressure, don't do that. So you're going to ask him to yield by touching him here gently and yielding his nose in your direction. So it's going to be good. He did it anyway, but we want to do it because we asked him to. He's like just an overgrown baby.
Yeah, I know. It's like 3 now.
Yeah. You're like 3 mentally. And that's probably where if he was